Eldest of the Black Rabbit Brotherhood. I genuinely believe that from this fight, the game starts to get a heck of a lot more challenging. But before we get into the boss's moves, there are a few things that I think you should have. This ladder right here is located on the right as soon as you leave the Stargazer. Go up the ladder and to your left you will find the most OP merchant in the entire game. This guy is absolutely goated because he will sell you all these items infinitely. Just make sure you tip him some ergo for his time. For this boss fight, I suggest buying the saw blade, the carcass body fluid bottle, and the shot put. Buy as many of these three as you can, and if you need some more ergo, there are some enemies in this room that you can farm to get as much as you need. You can use these items interchangeably for the boss fight, but for the best strategy, I would suggest using the shot put for the big guy and using the other two items for the smaller ones. Another thing that really helped me in this fight is the Aegis shield. I believe the second upgrade allows you to hold it out for as long as you need until the enemy makes contact with the shield before it makes the explosion. Be mindful though, I think this ability only occurs every 35 to 40 seconds, so you have to give it that time to recharge and then you can use a blast again. The first move we are taking a look at is this 5-hit combo. Now, fair warning, I am pretty bad at dodging when it comes to Lies of P. So from here on out, if I'm trying to explain the dodging patterns and I get hit, do not judge me please. I prefer parrying to dodging, so let's continue. If you are parrying, there is about 1 second between each hit, but be mindful though because the last hit, which is the 5th one, is about a split second after. If you are dodging, the same rules applies, however I believe you can do it much better than I can. If you are not comfortable, you can just run away from him completely until he finishes. His next move is a 5-hit spin combo. This move also has around about a second between each hit, but the 5th and final move, he does it slightly more delayed. Honestly, the 5th move always catches me off guard, but I think I figured out the best way to explain it. Imagine this spin attack is a rhythm or a song. If you can figure out the tempo of the first 4 spins, all you have to do is skip half a beat for the 5th spin and you can perfect parry him. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I hope it does. If you are dodging him, he does something a bit cheeky. If you are within range, he will take a big step to try and close the gap on the 5th hit, and if you're close enough he will hit you, so you may have to dodge that 5th attack. In all honesty, you can just disengage from the fight and then you can run completely away from him to where you are safe. That way he cannot get you. His next move is this jump attack. Now I absolutely love this move because if you are close enough to him, every single time he will land behind you, giving you the chance for one sweet charge attack. If you are in front of him, you can dodge towards him as he lands onto the floor and you can charge attack him again. It's such an amazing move. His next move is this 4-hit combo, with the last hit being a red attack. There is around about 1.5 seconds between each hit, but for the red attack itself, I think it's around about 2 seconds for it to hit. There is something that I do absolutely appreciate about this move, and that's if you step to the side, he completely misses you even with the red attack. Wait for him to finish the entire combo, including the red attack, and then follow up with a charge attack to punish him for it. The next move he has is this upwards spin slash followed by an overhead slam. The moment you see him turn around, the spin slash upwards is instant, and so you would have to kind of gauge when he does it so you can perfect parry him. But the following overhead slam takes about 3 seconds. From the moment he does the upward slash, counts about 3 seconds for the overhead slam, and then you can perfect parry these two. If you are dodging this attack, then I suggest dodging away from him for the first one and then dodging into him for the second one to get either 1 or 2 hits in, depending on if he staggers or not. This here is an alternate version of the same attack. It is just 2 spins which are really easy to dodge. This is the last of his attacks. It is a red attack but a simple side swipe. If you are parrying him, wait 2.5 seconds after his body glows red and that should be a perfect parry. If you are dodging, simply disengage and then come back to punish him when he's finished. If you are perfect parrying the eldest brother, I counted around about 12 perfect parries until the white outline around his health bar. Now again, it might be slightly more for you, might be slightly less, but I think around about 12 is a perfect number to get the white outline around his health bar. I also counted 16 perfect parries for his weapon to break. Again, I don't know how accurate that is, but 16 perfect parries and his weapon should break. Now keep this in mind, although he doesn't do as much damage, he still has insane range with a broken weapon. Certain attacks that you think should no longer hit you with a broken weapon will still hit you and catch you off guard. If you are dodging him, there is not a single time when he shows the white outline around his health bar, but this is where the shot put comes in very handy. If you throw the shot put every now and then, you will break his stance and you will get the repost guaranteed. As long as you keep dodging him correctly and also punishing his every move, therefore doing chip damage to his health, you should be perfectly fine. Now, when it comes to the little rabbits, they appear periodically depending on how much damage you've done to the eldest brother. Starting with the lady first, she is the fastest of the bunch. She likes to throw you in the air a lot and she uses twin daggers. The second is the most eccentric of the lot and he uses a spear as a weapon. This means he has a bit more range than the other three, but he is the easiest to get a backstab on. The third is the battle maniac and the quietest of the three. He uses a curved sword, but he uses it in a way that one would use a rapier. For the youngest and the battle maniac, the strategy is the same. What I like to do is bait their attacks. So what I'll do is I'll look at the weapon that I'm using and then calculate the distance in which I can charge attack them but they can't reach me, therefore doing a lot of chip damage to their health. What I also do is use the items that I listed earlier. I just throw it at them every now and then just to do more chip damage, and before you know it, they're both dead. Be careful though, the youngest one has this rush attack, but the shield makes quick work of this. When it comes to the eccentric one, I would say focus on the backstabs. You can use items, but the backstabs are the quickest way to kill him. Be mindful though, because when you are fighting the smaller rabbits, the eldest brother has the tendency of rushing in and trying to attack you with one move, so you have to hear when he's coming and dodge at the right time. Another thing to be mindful of is the battle maniac has puppet string. Because he has puppet string, he can at any time drag you closer to him. Because you were staggered, try not to attack and just try your best to run away. And that's about it for this fight. The rest is just rinse and repeat because there is no phase 2. Mind you though, the eldest brother does have a tendency of also mixing his attacks, so be careful of that, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem.